Markiplier might have just saved cinema. But how do you ask? Well, if you don't know, Markiplier released his new film, Iron Lung, over the weekend, and needless to say, it went really, really well. The film grossed over $20 million since its release, and on a reported $3 million budget, that is incredible numbers. Basically, when he had announced that he was making the film, there was one small issue. There was no studio involved. He was doing this completely independently. He directed, produced, starred, did a bit of editing for it, and he even fully financed the entire project, which is mental. The problem with no distributors or studios involved is that it's a bit harder to get it into cinemas. But Mark, being the absolute giga chad that he is, urged his massive following to tell movie theatres they want to see it. And it worked. Mark pulled out all the stops here. He made the boldest decision in recent film history and did it all by himself. That is mental. The amount of work that would have gone into this project is absolutely unfathomable. Unfathomable. And all I can do is commend him and his entire cast and crew for pulling this amazing project off. As I said, Iron Lung's box office opening over the weekend absolutely smashed it. It even became America's #1 film. Granted, yes, for the last few hours of Sunday, Send Help did overtake it a little bit. But on Monday, it came back to #1. How is that even possible? Now, about the film itself, I thought it was a great film. It was very eerie, it was very suspenseful, it kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. But there are some issues with it. Because of it being a sort of eldritch horror, it will be a slow burner, so the tension builds over time. Not a lot of people are going to enjoy that sort of film. Or at least, not everyone is going to enjoy it. But I think Mark did that on purpose. He made this film for a specific audience. And it shows with the amount of passion, the amount of energy, and the amount of work that went into this. Because of it obviously being a slow burner, the pacing was prone to drag a little bit in some scenes, purely from shots just lingering a little bit too long. But with that, it builds the uncertainty that anything could happen at any moment, and you're just waiting for an inevitable fate. That uncertainty is incredibly important for a film of this style, especially a horror film, because that's what you want the audience to feel, is that uncertainty and the tension building. When that final payoff happens, it's all the more satisfying. And satisfying it is. The ambiguity of the film, I think, embodies the whole reason behind the film's production. It embodies the blood ocean, because you can't see through it. It is unknown, you don't know what is inside it, and later we find out what is inside it, if you played the game or if you've watched the film. Despite the fact that Mark did make this for a specific audience, I still do believe that audience members that aren't very familiar with Iron Lung as a story can still enjoy it as it is. It is a horror film with high stakes, and they can still appreciate the idea that Iron Lung has surrounding it. Now, why do I say Mark's film saved cinema? Well, going back to the idea that he did this on his own, it sparked a little bit of controversy. Basically, what happened was Mark hit #1 in America, and then it completely vanished after a couple days. It was nowhere to be seen. And what happened before that is that Mark's film overtook Disney and ended their 10-week streak at the top of the charts, which, I mean, that's commendable in itself. But not only did he become #1 in America, his success in the box office really stands out, as it is an indie film. It was made independently without any studios, which is incredibly challenging to do. And Mark took a bold swing at that and knocked it out the park. And another thing, they broke a record in this film. They used the most amount of fake blood in this film, which was about 80,000 gallons. What are you doing this for? He's completing his side quests. This is a very, very big positive, not just for the film industry, but for films in general. When you look at how YouTuber-made films were produced and how they were received, there was a lot of projects that fell short of any sort of love or appreciation for it. Think the Smosh movie.
I am so glad that happened. That was the funniest thing I've seen all day.
The Logan Paul movie. And that weird KSI one.
Well, you look at this.
Let's forget about all that. But despite all of those failures, Iron Lung has succeeded in creating an independent film that has made money, that is proven to be a box office hit and a critical hit. It is an incredible feat, and Mark should bloody well be proud of himself for that. It is incredible. And also there is a lot of inspiration that can go out with this film. For example, some aspiring filmmakers may want to jump into independent filmmaking because of the success of Iron Lung, which is an incredible sight to see. Now recently, over the last few years, we've seen Hollywood just go off the rails. Everything is going to shit, basically, in Hollywood. And a lot of people have noticed that. But with the success of Iron Lung, it shows that independent films without studios, distributors, or any sort of like proper big budgets, it can work. If you're aspiring to be a filmmaker, you can use that as inspiration. Go and create your own projects. Am I saying Mark single-handedly saved cinema? No. No, he didn't. But he definitely is a pioneer in the resurrection of pure cinema. And it is a beautiful sight to see. Thank you so much, Mark, for an amazing film. You've worked bloody hard on it. And I cannot wait to see more of you on the big screen. Because we're definitely going to see more of him. There's no doubt in my mind we're going to see more of him. He shows a lot of promise. So, thank you so much, Mark. And thank you for being a cornerstone in my childhood. It really means a lot. See you all later.